Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's AJ, and welcome back to Trade Crypto Today. We are getting this channel going, but let's just start off and ask the question: WTF happened to SUI? What happened to SUI? So much promise, so much hope. Now what? I mean, just last week, major outages. The funds are SAFU. Roughly 6-hour outage, halted block production and transactions across all validators. It's the second outage for them. All right. They did fix it. Things are apparently, according to Reddit, the outage was due to not paying their AWS bill on time. I don't know if that's true, but shout out to Reddit. Right here, the SUI blockchain experienced a 6-hour outage on January 14th due to a consensus failure among validators. Engineers resolved the issue by purging faulty data and replaying the affected consensus history. The upgrade to V1.63.3 is intended to improve the network's reliability and prevent similar incidents in the future. So they are doing things about it. All right. Really, if you look at the SUI chart here, and the most important thing, Trade Crypto Today, we give you one chart, one idea every day. We are picking this channel back up, at least 4 to 5 uploads per week. I wanted to start earlier in January. I have a family, but we're back here at Trade Crypto Today. I'm very excited about the future of this channel. Anyway, SUI, as you can see, the past basically 70 days, it has just been back and forth inside of a 53% range. And that's a pretty big range for 70 days. But really, you can separate this range by this major support resistance level right here at $1.74. So that is obviously a massive alarm to set for SUI at $1.74, as most of the 70 days has been, it's kind of like the fulcrum here where this amount of time, 52 days was spent under that level. And then how many days this range above here, 16% range. It's about 13 days of the 70 days was spent above the $1.74 level. But before we get into the rest of the TA with SUI, I do want to point out over on Bitunix, counting Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is still the 7th most traded coin by volume, right under Dogecoin, above AVAX, above Link, above Cardano, above Aave, above all that. It does have notable trading volume. So it's a very viable coin to target to trade right now. And if you actually look at the day it went out, the 16th, that was actually this little dip right here. This was like the rest of the market, like when everything fell down the past couple of days, that little baby dip, that's really all that was on the 16th. Really not a big deal when it comes to the chart itself. But so what I really want to talk about when it comes to SUI, I'm not really worried about the outages. I'm talking about the ETFs. We do have a leveraged ETF, SUI ETF approved. That's a 2x leverage ETF under the ticker TXXS on NASDAQ. All right. And there was, a little bit of risk of the SEC wasn't exactly, that excited about putting a 2x ETF, but SUI does not have a spot ETF yet. All right. And there were several spot ETFs filed for SUI, and a lot of them were withdrawn or pushed back or whatever. No spot ETFs yet. But let's just get down to brass tacks when it comes to crypto moving forward, period. Previously, we used to think that the top 100 was, the legit. If you're in the top 100, you're a legitimate crypto project. You're in the club. I think as time goes on, that C level is going to rise and projects are going to stop being as relevant. I'm not saying crypto's going anywhere. I'm just saying it's going to similar how cell phone companies, AT&T, Verizon, AT&T, you know what I mean? Banks, there's only like 5 or 6 major banks. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight for crypto, but I think the top 100 won't be as relevant and the top 30 will be the relevant projects. And I think that the relevancy, the common denominator of the coins that will survive and will thrive as time goes on, an ETF is a baseline requirement for long-term survival for any crypto project. Basically saying if it doesn't have an ETF or an ETF on the horizon, maybe you should consider rotating into coins at these lower prices that will have ETFs or already do have ETFs. I had a conversation with the Altcoin Daily brothers last week. Congratulations to them for hitting 2 million on Twitter. And that was the gist of our conversation, is like moving forward, let's target the coins that have the ETFs, the XRPs, HBAR, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. There's really, only 5 right now. There will be more in the future. And that has a lot to do with this article right here. The Bitwise files for 11 new crypto ETFs, including Uniswap, SUI, the coin we're talking about, NEAR. I believe there's several other ones here. We're talking Tau, ZEC, Aave, CCENA, Hype, NEAR, Stark, SUI, and TRX. And so the date for this, pending the SEC greenlight, proposed fund aims to be launched around March 16th. Moreover, it is expected to unlock billions in institutional capital for the above mentioned token. So March 16th, put that date on your calendar, because these are the more and more altcoins that are going to get or not get ETFs will be decided March 16th. And I do feel that there will be more, other than right now, there's only 5 spot ETFs. We argued about it and looked it up. Okay. So March 16th is a very big day, and SUI is in that pile of coins. And that is obviously one I'm targeting right now. Like I said, I'm trading and buying all of my SUI on Bitunix. If you don't have a Bitunix, you need no VPN, no KYC. Click the link down below. Get yourself signed up for Bitunix. And I will be putting some more, trading setups in the Telegram group today as well. But, locally, the $1.74 level is kind of the make or break level for SUI. As you can see, we do have, the floor level here. Let's just call it $1.30. And then we also do have a slight uptrend here. It is kind of respecting the slight uptrend. I would like to see SUI stay above that uptrend. But if it falls below this level at $1.45, we could maybe anticipate that, coming down to the previous support resistance would be a 9.5 trade. So I would say this uptrend here, alarm this, big alarm at $1.45. And then if that target goes off, we lose the local uptrend. We target to $1.30, which it has hit 1, 2, 3 times since November of last year. So that's kind of short-term trading ideas for SUI. When we kind of zoom out on SUI, this is why the video is called WTF happened to SUI. All right, because as you can see on your chart here, SUI is one of those charts that I keep drawing squiggly lines. SUI is one of those charts that it rips and breaks. It rips and breaks. For example, it has this uptrend, breaks down. How's this downtrend? Breaks out. Downtrend, breaks out. And that's how it has been a very choppy coin. But this volatility you can use to your advantage. I mean, bottom to top here, we're talking almost 1,000% there of a trade, top to bottom, 68% down, bottom to top, 144% up, bottom to top, 92% up in 37 days. You get my point. When this thing pops, it pops. And since this downtrend, current price, it's been down 67% in the past 183 days. And I can't help to think that eventually it is going to have to break out of this kind of longer term downtrend that we have that's kind of sitting on the chart here. And even when you just look at the point of control, I mean, the point of control is all the way up here at $3.58. I mean, if SUI was to go to the point of control, we're talking 139% move back to 355. And what I'm saying is that, okay, it already has a leverage ETF. It gets a spot ETF. We get approved on March 16th. This is exactly the type of coin that I want to be involved in, considering the levels that it's at. I mean, you kind of look at the daily chart overall here. I mean, anytime SUI has been under here, obviously look at all the times it has come up from there. We are in a good buy area to get a value buy on SUI. So I think right now we're sitting at $1.49. Any SUI you can buy under $1.74 is an absolute win. In terms of other support resistance levels, even if you look all the way, I did not mean to draw that line. Go away. If you go all the way back here on the chart, look at this level right here. Okay, boom, pull this across. This level is $2.18. This has served as sort of support resistance across the board from the main rejection here in March 2024. Kind of was a ceiling level there, floor level here, ceiling level here. That is a very important alarm to set on your chart around 218, let's just call it 219. All right, let's put that one on the chart there, 219, because if we get above the 174 level, that could also serve as a trading target. And even if we zoom back in on the 2-hour here, let me get this fixed out really fast. We zoom back in on the 2-hour here. Yeah, the 174 level is important, but this level is really important as well, the 202 level. So we have the 219 level that we already talked about, 219. All right, and then we have 202. All right. So as we are under $1.74, that would certainly act as my go long alarm, where 202 would be target one at a 16% move to the upside, and 219 historic support resistance would be a 26% move to the upside. So guys, massive alarm for SUI at 174. And guys, when I give you these videos, when I make these videos, generally only going to talk about one coin. SUI is the topic of the coin we're talking about today. And the coins that for the March 16th deadline, we really want to think about which of those coins are damaged the most, which of those coins have the most upside, given that they will eventually get that institutional investments, that institutional attention. In the meantime, we will be talking about coins that other coins on that list and coins that already have ETFs. Just going on a limb, I have been buying a lot of HBAR lately. I've been buying a lot of Solana lately. Been kind of sticking to the coins that are tried and true and proven and already have that institutional attention. If you kind of think about the .com bubble, when a bunch of websites were left behind or engulfed by bigger websites, I kind of think that the common denominator for coins that are going to survive and that will see really serious alt runs in the future, those coins need ETFs. March 16th is the date. Put it on your calendar. And the alarm for SUI is 174. Set that alarm on TradingView. So guys, that's all I got today. Don't forget to trade crypto today. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Want to join the Telegram group? We are getting that back up and running. Send an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com and make sure you say you want to be in the crypto Telegram group or the Polymarket Telegram group or both. We can make a deal as well. So appreciate you guys. Get rich or get wrecked. Peace.